Good morning, coaster spotters. This is Alex checking in from Carowinds. We are going to be checking out the all-new mock launcher Copperhead Strike. Also check out the favorites such as Intimidator and my number 2 coaster, Fury 325. Looks like the weather is going to be patchy today with thunderstorms occasionally during the day, so hopefully it doesn't present too much of a problem. But the good thing is it doesn't seem like it's going to be too busy. Alright, let's go inside and check out the all-new Copperhead Strike. First impressions of Copperhead Strike. We rode in the 5th seat, so sort of in the middle of the train. Like it so far. The hang time, especially in that cutback, is incredible. But yeah, really liked it so far. I think it needs to warm up just a little bit. It seems a little slow. But love the theming so far. This is really well done for Cedar Fair. Alright, we just got off our second ride on Copperhead Strike. We rode in the front seat this time, and that is definitely better than the back. We're going to give the way back a go, but I have a feeling we'll be sticking towards the front of the train. The air time, the hang time, everything's better in the front. Alright, first impressions, I really love both new sections of the park that have been added since I've been last year. The area around Copperhead Strike is very nice. We just got off of the flyers. I had reports from a good friend who said that they had been slowed down and not able to snap. Well, I gotta give him a word of advice because I got some awesome snappage. Not as good as Knobles, but I was having a great time. The problem was the cycle is very short. These terrible weather reports are definitely going to keep the people away, which is fine by me. If we have to sacrifice an hour or two of our day to have basically non-existent crowds, I'm okay with that. So, yeah. And I think Ricochet is probably going to be the only coaster we don't ride today, regardless of the lines, because we both have the credit and it's a freaking wild mouse. It looks good though. The new paint job looks excellent since I've last been here. Alright guys, we need to talk about this. Fury was closed for high winds, so we rode Hurler. We need to talk about this. That trim brake is gone. This ride is running fantastic. Airtime on most of the hills. I'm not saying it's ejector, but it's decent airtime. Wow, 3 times. We rode on a wheel seat, no problem. It's bumpy, but it's not rough, I would say. Wow, this is running in really good shape. I have a lot of opinions that people probably don't agree with. Yeah, there are some rides that are generally considered bad that I like, and I know that, so I don't overly push my opinions on those or tell people they should ride it. But this ride, I cared nothing about it the last 2 times I've been here, since the trim brake killed all airtime whatsoever on this ride. That trim brake, I mean, again, that trim brake is not off. That trim brake is gone. We rode in the front seat, and then we rode in the second to last car in the second row. So over the wheel, and it was not all that rough. That's got to be the biggest shocker of the trip. I can't think of anything else that's going to shock me more than that. Other than maybe my opinions on Swamp Fox, because I haven't ridden that in a very long time. I pray that this ride opens, because like I'll live, but I really want to ride it again, because it is my number 2 steel coaster. You know, it's a B&M that rides like an Intamin, but with the comfort of a B&M clamshell. I'll take the clamshell over the Intamin lap bar any day. Anyways, all right, so new for me since I've last been here, they moved the carousel last year when they expanded back to Camp Snoopy. I really like this location. I think it suits it a lot better. I didn't think it was as good when it was hidden back in Camp Snoopy. Unfortunately, the park at one point, when they turned it into like a Nickelodeon theme, they kind of destroyed some of the panels. That's why it's so generic looking on the rim, which is a shame. But the horses themselves were unscathed, and they look beautiful. PTC carousels, in my opinion, are some of the best. All right, next up, one of the first B&Ms, Vortex. All right, so we just got off of Vortex. Okay ride. A few headbangers there. I like the intensity. I would prefer it as a floorless. The most annoying thing about that ride today was definitely the dispatches. We waited in the station for 5 minutes, then we waited another 5 minutes on the brake run. The operator wasn't paying attention to any of the ops for locking each individual row, so they were waving their hands ready for them to lock the rows every time for at least 10 seconds. And you know, that should take 30 seconds or less to do the entire train. Pathetic. Other than that, we're doing good. Running out to the car. Intimidator, Fury, Carolina Cyclone, Ricochet are all closed right now. So we're hoping those open. Definitely Fury. I can live without Intimidator, but Fury is a big loss. All right, let's check out some of the merchandise for Copperhead Strike. They have some good stuff, I would say. Your generic snake. All right, here's my deal. I like the magnets, so let's take a look. You got this one. Then you got this one. $6.99 and $6.99. So I'm only allowed to get one, so I'm probably gonna pick that guy. Because I kind of like the three-dimensional one, and it will go good with my Mystic Timbers one. So, some really good designs. Definitely like them. There are definitely some of these shirts that I could buy. I'm very picky about my shirts now since I got so many. Over here they have stuff for the females. Ariel's definitely gonna get one of these. She's just deciding what color to get. So I think it's pretty much the battle of who can have worse operations, the flying coaster or the stand-up coaster? The stand-up coaster is definitely winning right now with 5+ minute dispatches. I pity the day that is busy if it's operating like that. Next up, Nighthawk.
All right, so we just got off of Nighthawk. We had a bit of some technical issues. We reclined in the station, and then we just sat there for about 5 to 10 minutes. I would assume one of the locking pins or sensors or something screwed up. Very common on this ride that's very complex, and with technology that's probably somewhat outdated at this point, being 20 years old. Maintenance came, we reclined back up, and we went back down and went on our merry way. I really enjoyed Nighthawk. Of the 3 Flying Dutchmen, this has always been my favorite. While I don't really enjoy the reclining in the station thing, going on Lift Hill is cool, especially since it faces the backside of the park, so you get a really good view of that. And I love the rollover at the top of the Lift Hill, and there's a little bit too much back time compared to Batwing and the former Firehawk. But what I love about this ride is the 2 corkscrews. I love how you roll through them, you know, gaining and losing elevation and rolling all a bit around. I'm not sure why people call these things rough. I don't think they're particularly comfortable rides, but I don't really call them rough. But to each their own. Loved it. Glad we got a ride on it.
So we just got out of the dog show. It was okay. You know, it looks like it's a temporary thing. I doubt it's even for the entire year. It was okay. Definitely not something we would have done if Intimidator and Fury are down. But it was okay. We're gonna go ride Kitty Hawk. It's okay ride, you know. Girlfriend wants to ride it, so that's probably why I'm riding it. If the best 2 rides in the park were open, we wouldn't be doing some of this stuff. So, you know, that has its positives and its negatives. When, you know, your major ride is closed, you know, yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, you get to do things that you wouldn't have probably done because you didn't want to take time away from the major ride. But, all right, we're gonna go on. We'll let you know how it is. I'm definitely excited for Dragonflyer later this year at Dollywood. That's going to be a great ride. Alright, we just got off of this hunk of junk. It's not that bad, but seriously, I wouldn't have ridden it unless someone else said I had to. But, you know, like, usually I'm okay with restraints because my shoulders are so high that it actually pins me in. But those over-the-head restraints are so high that I can't even support myself. So I just kept on getting, like, blows to the jaw. All right, let's check out the renovated Camp Snoopy. Already, I think this is much better than it was as Planet Snoopy. I love the fountain that they put in. This is where the carousel used to be. And I love Camper Snoopy with his little Woodstock dudes. It's so cute. Oh. All right, we just got off of Peanuts Pirate. Love that ride. Unfortunately, I put Ariel on the only one that wasn't doing the reversing. Forever, I think that motor must be broken or whatever. So we're gonna have to try that one out again later. Fortunately, as we were getting off, that thing happened. So that's hopeful. I'll get one B&M. I'll take one B&M Hyper type coaster rather than zero. Looks like we're gonna get a front seat ride on what was formerly the best wooden coaster in the park before they removed the trim brake on Hurler. Anyways, we're gonna take a ride. Love this classic wood. Alright, we just got off of Woodstocks Express. Love these little wood coasters. They're not as good now that the Gravity Group rides exist, which are kind of similar size and pack so much more of a punch, but they're still fun. As I said, that was literally better in my last 2 visits since Hurler was, or my last visit. I went to Carowinds in 15 and 16. Obviously in 15, Thunder Road was still with us, but in 16, it was only Hurler and Woodstocks, and Woodstocks was better because Hurler was doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, this is generally just a really pretty section of the park. Yeah. And I just love the mute colors. They're still bright colors. It's colorful, but it's not like in your face bright like Planet Snoopy was. So, you know, but yeah, we're expecting rain for the next few hours, unfortunately. We're gonna do stuff like Boo Blasters and Plants vs. Zombie. We're gonna grab the umbrella and maybe run through Dinosaurs Alive. I actually had no idea they still had it here. I know that those were built over a period of 3 years through the Cedar Fair parks, but I was unsure of what parks got them when, so I guess Carowinds was the last run. But yeah. All right, next up is Boo Blasters. The weather has shut down all the big rides, unfortunately. All right, so I have some stuff to say about Boo Blasters. Yeah, my gun barely worked, and most of the targets, when you shot them, did nothing. When stuff was supposed to pop up, nothing popped up. Fix your stuff, Carowinds. Fix it.
I won.
She won because my gun was barely working. Yeah, it looks like oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, look at that dive. Oh, it looks even better from this angle. Oh man. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts in the ride. Absolutely love what they did to this ride. It looks fantastic. I love the new theme. Fits in the area so well. Oh, love to see another lease of life on this. This is its third park and fourth location. Love this ride. All right, here's the new Country Kitchen. Love the place. Love what Cedar Fair has been doing with these new restaurants recently. Very clean. I love the food that we got. We got a half rotisserie chicken with pasta. All right, I gotta say, Carowinds, you've done this well. Very moist chicken, very tasteful.
Moist.
Very good. Let's give this mac and cheese a try. Yeah, that's good. Nice and creamy, but not too creamy. Good. Thumbs up. This is on the meal plan. Yeah, very good, and I'm very impressed with this restaurant. I love the decor of it. It looks great. I'm not sure it was here before, but it was definitely not as good as this. Yeah. They've really themed out Blue Ridge Junction really well, you know, including, Copperhead Strike in it, and then the county fair section next to it is great too. Overall, we're having a great day. There's nothing we can do about the weather, so there's no sense of crying over it. We're just hoping that after this, we got another band of weather coming through, and we're hoping after that band goes through, that Fury will open. We'll still have a good day, just we'll be disappointing if we don't get to ride Fury this year.
And Intimidator, and Afterbird.
All right, something else I noticed while we were sitting here, I love some of the decor in here, tying it to other parks. This is definitely my favorite right here. I love that they're honoring Thunder Road in some way. Yeah. I didn't notice this on my first walkthrough, but then when we're sitting here eating, oh yeah, it's so good. Calico architecture. So that's Knott's Berry Farm. River Tours, that's talking about their old boat rod that used to have. But oh yeah, that's my favorite. I love that. If I could buy a poster of that, I totally would. Yeah, I love it in here. So much detail. They did an excellent job in here. I seriously might be more disappointed about this being closed than Fury. I really wanted to try that out. There are not a lot of those in America, so I was really excited about that. Some rides have come up. It seems like Carolina, the Flying Aces has reopened. So, all right, we're gonna take a ride on Flying Cobras. I love this paint job. I think it looks fantastic. I thought the paint job they put on Carolina Cobra was hideous. So definitely excited about this.
Alright, so this is your standard Vekoma boomerang, but this one is set apart since it has the awesome Vekoma vest restraints, which Hershey Park also has. This boomerang would probably be really rough without them. Some Vekoma boomerangs are perfectly okay with the shoulder harnesses, and I really love what Carowinds did to the paint job of the coaster and the cars when they rethemed the area to the county fair. I love how each car has different names for each pilot and their little theme to little biplanes. Awesome little rehab they did on this coaster, especially how it looked before.
Next up, Carolina Gold Rusher, classic Aero. Alright, just got off of Gold Rusher, Carolina Gold Rusher. Fun mine train, a little jerky, but fun overall. I love the helixes. The one that's like buried in the ground is personally my favorite. Just love the theming and the decor in this park. They do a great job here. But yeah, the only problem we had with Carolina Gold Rusher, which has been our issue with a few rides today, is the operations are lacking in some places. We waited on the brake run for at least 5 minutes. So, I don't know what to say about Aero Mine Train. They're fun rides, but yeah, without operations, we might not ride again. Especially if, you know, Fury opens. But somehow I don't feel like we're going to be that lucky. But we're making the most of it today. We're running out to the car and Fury is testing. Oh my God, please open. Please freaking open. I need Fury now. Intimidator is now testing. This is looking good for both B&Ms. All is good in our lives now. I walked through 2 states at once. By the time we got over to Intimidator, everything had closed because of maybe a tornado watch? Not exactly sure. So we're gonna go do Plants vs. Zombies. Hopefully this stuff passes and we can have a more enjoyed day. This is starting to get annoying. I wasn't annoyed about Fury until I saw it testing. Then it's just like, you know, waving the cookies in front of your eyes. Anyways, I love being in 2 states at once. Giggity, giggity. Well, like almost everything is closed, but the mountain gliders are open, so I'm generally happy about that. And it sounds like a tornado over there. Yeah, so this is our 3rd ride. Loving this ride. Alright, so we just got off of 2 rides on mountain gliders, and they just announced that they're closing in a half an hour. Alright, last up is Plants vs. Zombies. We gotta get on this because apparently it's closing at the end of this year. It's a very short contract, so let's take a ride.
Attention, citizens! I, Dr. Edgar G. Zombos, am about to speak. As everything I say is vastly important, you will now pay attention. Because very soon I will be the ruler of everything and have all your brains. Admittedly, I'm not completely sure what that power is, but I know it must be epic. Truly epic! Because Because if it wasn't, why would I want it?
Now for an important commercial break.
Yeehaw! Crazy days, crazy hot sauce. Hot sauce so insanely hot, it'll burn your mouth just looking at it. That's crazy days, crazy hot sauce. Ask for it by name. Now,
Done with this.
humans, time is short. Move all the way down the aisle and click the next available C10 game C2000.
All right, so we just got off of Plants vs. Zombies. I mean, it's an okay ride. It just has some flaws to it. Like, I did not really like the fact that you don't have any feedback of when you hit something. Of course, your score goes up, but like if they put like a rumble motor in there, so every time you hit something, that would have been nice. And you don't even get any sound from your blasts or anything like that. That would be probably annoying since there are like 20 of them in there, but yeah, I remember those complaints from earlier and they still stand. I think it's still a good attraction, so if it is leaving next year, I think that's a major loss. And that guy knows what's up. He has a Hang Time, a Knott's Berry Farm Hang Time shirt on, so I'm pretty sure he's an enthusiast. Alright, so this is yeah, the weather isn't all that bad now. It's actually probably been the best it's been today. But and we checked the radar. The storm's pretty much passed. But everybody left the damn place. So yeah, this is disappointing. But we did have a good day. It really sucks not to ride the ferry. But thankfully we've both been on it, so I guess it could be worse. I'd rather take today sucking than when I'm in Europe at the end of the summer and missing stuff. Yeah, that's area I've decided. I'll substitute today's closing for a closing in Europe.
Yeah, I don't get many closings, so.
Well, it happens to us at Great Adventure quite frequently,
We go a lot.
but we don't really care because it's like, okay, let's just drive home in an hour.
And we
Big
try
deal.
and go on days like that.
Yeah, I've gone on days I've looked at the weather getting out of work and been like, huh, look, there's a storm that's passing through Great Adventure right now. It's gonna be dead. But sometimes that backfires because it clears out the park too much and then they close the park.
What's happening?
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching from North and South Carolina. This is Alex signing out. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. See ya!